Hi everyone and welcome once again to our English lesson. I hope you'll be fine. Now, before we get started, please check right here in the description down below. There is a YouTube link that I would like you to watch first. It will help you to understand a little bit more about the topic for today, that in fact will be a simple but very important practice of English pronunciation. How can we improve our English pronunciation, at least for the last exercises and topics that we have seen recently? So please check it out before we continue. Now, if you feel ready, let's get started. Sometimes when we are practicing our pronunciation, that means speaking, it's very important to know all the words in English, not only identifying the sound, but also by looking, reading, and trying. It's very important to know because sometimes it's usual to confuse some words. And I'm gonna explain which kind of words we can get confused and how can we make use of technology even or help for somebody else to improve our pronunciation. First of all, memory. Our memory will help us to remind the pronunciation of the words in our head. Okay, so usually to get new words, we must read them. Okay, so let's say that we have some words that we do not know how to pronounce. Okay, do you remember this poster, right? Okay, so let's pick up a word that might be curious if we do not know how to pronounce. Let's see, for example, this word right here, that it's packages. If you read it in Spanish, you might say pacajes. But of course, that doesn't sound very good, right? Teacher, what can I do? How can I improve my pronunciation? Well, technology can be helpful. I can suggest you to pick up an app, just like, for example, this one, Google Translator, not to translate words from Spanish to English. No, 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 no. It's to find the word that we want to listen. And we said this one, right? Right here. So I'm gonna introduce the word in this app only to listen the pronunciation when I do not know how to say it. All right. It's right here. Do you see? And I am going to play in the button that says English and listen. Oh, sorry.
Package.
Package, because it's singular. And if I add an S, for example, right here, sorry,
Packages.
packages. Okay, this is the first time that I listen it.
Packages.
Packages. And I start to repeat. Once again,
Packages.
packages. And I start to make repetition. One and two and three, all the times that it's necessary until I have in my memory the sound of the word. And I start to repeat.
Packages.
Packages. If I have a difficulty, for example, right here in the just, I can emphasize because it's the most difficult part. Packages, packages, packages. Depending on in which part of the word you have a difficulty, even you can make a division of the word. How can we do this? Let me show you how. Okay, we said this word, right? So I'm gonna read it by syllables. Pa, ka, jus. And I can even write here down below how does it sound. Pa, ka, jus. Of course, this is not the written word. This is correct. This is not correct. Written. But listening, I know that this is the pronunciation. All right? This is the pronunciation. Packages. And we can make use of this for different words. Let's find another one right here that might be curious. Let's say, what do you think about this one right here? In Spanish, you might read ingredients, but of course, we know that that's not correct. Sometimes it's important to remind the sound of the words. Why? Because, for example, if we remind, the sound of vowels, you will remind that this is the sound, remember? A, E, I, O, U. Do you remember the vowels? Okay. When I remember the sound of the vowels, I can compare my pronunciation in English. So that means right here I have an E. But if I were following this, I would say ingredients, but that's incorrect. That's when we have another rule. These are the vowels, but also these vowels will change according to the consonant. The consonant, remember that we have B, C, D, and so many others, N, M, and so go on until we get to letter C. Okay, the consonant, the vowels and the consonant. And all of them have different pronunciations. When we mix them, the vowels can change. But I must practice in my mind. So, let's try to make different pronunciations. Ingredients, ingredients, or ingredients. How does it sound better? If I am not sure, what can I do? Technology. Technology is helpful for that. So, let's write the word ingredients. And let's listen.
Ingredients.
Ingredients. Ingredients.
Ingredients.
Okay. So I confirm the pronunciation. And now I can write ingredients. You see? This is the pronunciation. Ingredients. And I can make use of these resources for any word. Teacher, what happens if I don't have my cell phone? Well, it's important that you go and ask somebody else. Maybe mom, maybe dad, grandma or grandpa, or even me. You can ask me, your teacher, and I will be more than happy to tell you what's the correct pronunciation. Once you listen, you practice over and over. Remember, repetition. Ingredients, ingredients, ingredients. And so many other words, okay? For example, another one. Let's see. What about... this one is perfect. Surveillance. But if you read it in Spanish, it will say surveillance. And it's not correct, of course. So I need help. If I don't have my cell phone, my mobile with me, then I need to ask, teacher, what's the pronunciation of this word? And I will tell you, surveillance. 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 And you might identify what is more difficult for you. Where it's more difficult, you must make an emphasis or exaggerate about it. Billions, if you are difficult here. Or surbillions. It depends on you. If you have difficulties about it, practice and practice and practice. Listen, repeat, and even exaggerate if you need it. If you do it every single time that you find a difficult word, you will be able to have it in your memory and improve your pronunciation. And with this, we finish our lesson for today. I invite you to put this on practice. Find 5 words that you have difficulty to pronounce and try to do this exercise at your home. I'm very sure that if you do it just like I showed you this time, you will be able to improve your pronunciation with these words very soon. I hope you like it. Please continue working hard such like you did this time. Thank you very much for your attention. I really hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.